Yo, 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 what it do, what it do, what it do. This is your number one crew. This is Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. This is your boy OTR Mike Drop, aka Thursday Night Mike Drop. Hey, we here. Go ahead, co-host.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy Trey, aka Treyway, aka OTR Trey, aka Thursday Night Trey. We got a nice little show for y'all tonight. Some interesting topics. I think y'all are going to enjoy it. And yeah, man. I think
Yes,
that we
sir.
should. I think that we should start with. If you see my background, you'll see. We should start off with All Out because a lot of stuff happened at that show. Did you watch it or just watch the highlights?
Yeah, I definitely caught some highlights. For sure, for sure.
Okay. So let me go ahead and pull up the results. And the results. All right. So we had I think this was the 0 hour matches. Because we had the acclaimed defeating the Iron Savages in the tag team match. Um we gonna we gonna no, we're gonna talk about this because AEW's main focus when they first became a company was they said that they wanted to prove that they had the best tag team division in wrestling. And if
hmm
you watch this past Wednesday night, they ended with pretty much a tag gauntlet match to determine who's going to fight the Bucks for the
Yeah,
titles
and,
at Grand
and I
Slam, I
agree.
believe.
I agree. When you look at their roster, man, they have probably one of the most stacked tag divisions ever. You know what I'm saying? Like for it to be a live broadcasted show, they do have one of the biggest tag divisions. They got some of the biggest tag talents, and they're actually teams. Like that's the biggest thing.
hmm And let me see. Then we had Bang Bang Gang uh, versus they defeated the Dark Order. I didn't even know Dark Order was still a thing. Honestly,
Bro,
I forgot they were still
me
together.
either. Damn.
And whatever happened to JD's like one of them kids when you give him a new toy. Now, because whatever happened to Preston Vance? Ever since he lost his mask and they stopped calling him 10,
Yeah, I
he
don't
just
know.
disappeared. So they won. They did that. All right. Then we had Undisputed Kingdom, which was Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, and Roderick Strong defeated the Beast Mortos and Shane Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Here we go. Now let's get to the actual show. Starting off with MJF uh, defeating Daniel Garcia in a really good match. And then we had some controversy that happened at the end.
Yeah. Um,
So MJF he cheated to win. He low
of
blowed
course.
Daniel Garcia.
Yeah,
What up,
of course.
Truth? He low blowed Daniel Garcia, but then after the match, Daniel Garcia low blowed him and then hit him with a was it a pile driver off the middle rope or
Yeah.
top rope? Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently MJF is going to be taking some time off, but that was a crazy way to write him off. But what do you think about that overall, and then just their feud leading up into it?
I mean, I think I went with Daniel Garcia, if I'm not mistaken. I forget which one. I might have went with MJF. I think I
I'm
did
about
go
to have
with
to
him.
start. I'm about to start writing these down
We're gonna have
when we
to,
do our
man.
picks. When we do our picks,
Like
because
I be
Jay like
going for
because
like
Jay likes to lie and act like he got everything right.
okay, so I thought I was alone because
You're
I
not.
swear Jay would make some picks and then we go to record and next thing you know, oh yeah, I guessed all of them. No, you did not.
Nah, we gotta start keeping people honest around here.
Yeah,
So
man.
so I'm gonna write it down and then I'm gonna post it when we're
Accountability.
doing it. Yeah. But I do like the fact that Daniel Garcia is starting to get this mean streak again. Because remember,
Yeah.
he had it. He had it when he was with Jericho,
Yeah.
and he was like, I'm not an entertainer, I'm a pro wrestler, all that stuff. And then
Hmm.
the stuff he had with Brian Danielson, and there was questions on whether he was going to join the BCC and
Yeah.
all that. And he's gotten 1,000 times better talking promo wise.
Yep.
But yeah, so what do you think is gonna what do you think is next for him since
Um,
since MJF's gonna be gone for a while?
I think he'll
We don't
probably
and we don't know
get.
how long.
I think he'll probably get mixed up somewhere in like the TNT, like championship competition and stuff like that. And then like right when he get to the pinnacle where he about to win something, MJF causes him to lose.
Mhm.
I don't
So
see their rivalry typically being over and done with yet.
so my question to you would then be, um, how do you think MJF has been doing in his feuds? Do you think he carries them, or
Um,
do you think it's evenly split?
so MJF is like, how can I say? He's the put over guy right now, right?
Hmm.
Not saying like Will Ospreay wasn't already over, but when it comes to AEW, like as a brand, MJF is like the put over. John Moxley is the put over. Truth be told, Chris Jericho is the put over guy. Um, so when you get into competition or a match with any of those guys, it's like that testing ground whether you still belong or you get put on dark, which doesn't exist anymore, but you get put on like Rampage or something like that.
It would be Rampage.
Yeah,
Rampage is worse than Thunder.
yeah. So I think that's where he's at right now is the staple, right? He's the staple, and I want to say he's building because he's already been on the highest. He's been on the top of the mountain, right? He's been on the mountaintop. I feel like that he's now starting to build their quote unquote mid card to be better.
Yeah. And I don't know if you knew this. I didn't know this. But you know, MJF has actually had the longest title reign of all the AEW champions. His shit was like 400 plus days.
Yeah,
I did not realize that.
yeah.
And then there's really no need for him to go anywhere near the world title scene as of right now.
Nah, it's
Um,
kind of commandeered right now.
yeah, it's kind of full. Then we had next match. We had the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson defeating. We're gonna be talking about these guys a lot tonight. The Blackpool Combat Club team of Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta.
Yep, I definitely pick Blackpool. But they didn't lose nothing, so
They're still trios champions.
yeah, exactly. So it wasn't like anything. I think we had said that they could possibly come out as double champions.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, okay, so the match is good, but all right, I might sound biased, and it might come off as a hater, but their matches are good not because of them.
Who you talking about?
The Young Bucks. The
Oh, the
matches are
Bucks.
good because of their competition.
Have you always felt that way? You just feel like that recently?
I feel like that recently. I feel like in just not because I remember they were in like big competition with the Hardys. I'm starting to get like real Hardy boyish type feeling from them
Hmm.
where you go out, they go out there, you kind of know what's expected when it comes to them as a tag team. Now, when it comes to them as a faction, they perform great.
Yeah,
It, and I don't know if you've noticed that, but like when um when it's all of them competing, it's like they got chemistry with everybody in their group.
Like in
But
the studio, like the Stampede matches, Stadium
yeah,
Stampede,
yeah, like, but then
blood
when
and
it's just
guts.
yeah, like blood and guts. Perfect scenario. Blood and guts. Um, they got chemistry with Hangman. They got chemistry with Okada.
Okada
Like they got
had
chemistry
crazy chemistry with Kenny. Crazy chemistry.
exactly like the VT. What is it? The Elite Trigger, VTE Trigger.
Yeah,
Like when
yeah.
they do that, that's phenomenal. But them as a tag team is just real Hardy Boyish,
I could see
and
that.
it comes up kind of different depending on who they're fighting. So, of course,
Well, when they fight FTR, because they have so much history with them,
yeah,
those matches are actually pretty good.
it is, and that's why I
I think they
said
both carry it.
it really all depends on who they're fighting at that time. Like even with BCC, like you kind of already know because we know him as Cesaro, so his move set is very kind of similar
The King of
to
Swing.
yeah, exactly. So it's like if you don't see nothing different, you kind of get the same outcome, I guess. But the match was good. Not saying that it was an L or anything like that, but just me as a wrestling fan, seeing them grow up and performing in different companies, I'm starting to get real Hardy Boyish type shit from them.
Okay. And then I think I picked the Bucks. I figured they weren't gonna take it off themselves that quickly. Uh, Now we had Will Ospreay defeating Pac, another BCC member, defeating Pac for the international championship. So BCC was taking L's all night.
Yeah, which that match is great. Like Pac and Will Ospreay are both elite competitors. One thing I can say, as much as he has, I'm gonna tell you, Pac is one of my top underrated wrestlers.
Oh yeah, I was
And
just mad that
like,
he kept getting hurt because we couldn't really
yeah,
see
and
him the way we were supposed
people
to.
gotta understand, like when he was Neville, he was one of my favorites. Like his aerial move when he won the when they brought back the cruiserweight championship in NXT, like when he finally got that, and he was kind of like on that superhero type stuff. I know the superhero thing was kind of corny, but he was like one of my
Nah,
all time favorites.
when he went evil
Yeah.
and he grew the beard out and he was the cruiserweight champion forever until he got cheated by Enzo
Hmm.
and lost it.
Yeah.
That was some of the best Neville slash Pac that I've seen
Yeah.
because he actually made 205 live worth actually watching.
Exactly.
So
So even
and
now,
then
like
yeah
now he's still good.
and yeah his inclusion in the Blackpool Combat Club. I think we talked about it last episode. It was like he just
Hmm.
makes the most sense. For one, he's the only one from England.
Yeah.
They would be in there.
Yep.
Um, I'm
He just but for the
I had
longest
some
he's
thoughts on when we talk about them. I have some thoughts, but I
yeah,
don't want to get
and
too
he's
much right
always
now.
had that mean streak, so he kind of made the most sense that fits that
I liked
faction.
I liked Death Triangle. It was I mean it did kind of it was always kind of odd to me like the people that they throw together in these groups. But I did like Death Triangle. I'm
Yeah,
waiting to see the Lucha Bros wherever they pop up at.
right.
Um, but yeah, so Will Ospreay defeated Pac. You knew Ospreay wasn't losing his title right after getting it back.
Facts.
Um, then we had the Chicago Street Fight. Chris Statlander defeated Willow Nightingale by submission.
And I definitely picked Willow Nightingale. I remember that. But yo, they went at it. They went at it.
Yeah.
That
Oh.
table spot, man, when Chris Statlander like landed on Willow Nightingale's head.
hmm
Yeah, I was like, oh boy, yeah, that was a spot right there.
I like Willow. Um,
Yeah, she's
I
gotten
like
way better.
way better. She's good on the mic. Um, Promos have gotten a lot better. In that feud she had with Mercedes, I think that was good because
Yeah.
she was carrying those promo segments.
And I would
Um,
like to actually say that she is probably, no, not even probably. She is the best plus size female wrestler that any promotion has created thus far.
You think she's better than Naya?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. With a capital H.
You think she's better than Piper Niven?
Bro, come on now. Come on, bro. Bro. We're not about to do that. That's Dewdrop.
No, it's Piper Niven. That was her name before she got there. That's her name now.
Dewdrop.
What rivalry are you talking about? Truth. Is he talking about Osprey and Pac? Because I know they got beef from back in the day. But oh, so they actually, I'm on Wikipedia. They actually have the times of these matches. So the MJF Daniel Garcia one was 23 minutes and 40 seconds. The
Mm-hmm.
Young Bucks match was 15 minutes 45 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
The Osprey Pack match was 20 minutes and 20 seconds. And okay, he's talking about Willow and Stat. How we rate their rivalry. It was good. Their match went 15 minutes exactly. Um, I liked how it started when it was initially Stokely was trying to manage Stat,
Yeah.
but she made him manage her and Willow. And then you saw it coming, Stat turning, which she did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
So this is something that I will say for a female match, a female wrestling match to go 15 minutes. That is big kudos.
hmm
And for it to be no
a
stale
street
moment.
fight.
Yeah,
hmm
but just no stale moment. We've seen WWE street fights with women, and it's almost like they're still doing the same exact thing each time, right? It's
I'll
like a
give it to
merry-go-round.
AEW. They
Yeah,
with these types of matches that involve the women, they really do put on. We gonna talk about it later because the main event was a lights out, but that lights out match between Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker was crazy
yeah,
in the
like,
early days of AEW.
and it's kind of, I will give, I will give AEW some credit, and maybe it's because WWE has these people in the lab so much, or maybe it's just strategic on how to put longevity, but yo, in AEW, they got wind, bro. Like, they can go. You get what I'm saying? They're not
hmm
as gassed. We don't see them as gassed. We don't see them taking as much breaks and just walking around and stuff like that. Like, so I will say that they definitely have that wind when it comes to their wrestling matches.
hmm Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed. Truth. The women's street fights in AEW have been excellent. All right. So next match we had Kazuki. I mean, yeah,
Damn, he
Okada
threw an
versus.
interception already.
Yeah, I was just watching. Uh, he defeated Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Takeshita um for the to retain his Continental Championship. So the Elite has was undefeated so far.
Yeah. I think we all picked Okada.
Yeah, yeah, they ain't gonna take it off him yet.
Nah.
Right now, because they all have gold right now.
Yeah.
Um, I like his Painmaker. No, not that's Jericho. The Rainmaker, his
Yeah.
finisher.
Hmm.
All right. So then we had Mercedes Monet defeating Hikaru Shida with Camille banned from ringside for her to retain her AW TBS championship. Just think about that. That match went 16 minutes and 30 seconds.
That's pretty decent. Something
And
that I will,
The Okada match went 15 minutes. But yeah, this one was 16.
one thing that I will say, um, now her match had breaks,
hmm
and I think that's a Mercedes type thing. Um,
Yeah, she's
eh,
always taking breaks during her matches.
yeah. Um, but I think she's about to get ready to be on a build up, and if you notice, her in ring with Japanese superstars are like, their performance is so much better. I think she has better chemistry with them because she's
hmm
trained. with them. You get what I'm saying? So I will say
Mm-hmm.
like this is probably one of her best matches thus far since she's been with AEW. Um and I caught a clip of her non-televised match
Yeah,
in
when
New
she was over in
Japan.
Japan,
Bro, like she
yes,
did phenomenal.
she was going crazy.
Yeah, and freaking brought out the bank statement again and everything. You know she tried to stray away from that.
Mm-hmm.
But so she did it when she was in Japan and she ended up doing it at All Out.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. I think
she,
I think Mercedes has been getting a bad rap lately. People trying to act like she has lost it. Like
so
her
yeah,
promos ain't never really been like that. She ain't never
nah.
been amazing on the promo, but her in ring was always top notch.
And I feel like that she has to she has to be like the Incredible Hulk in reference, right? In
Hmm.
order for in order for Dave, Bruce Banner to inherit his powers and control it and not let it control him, he had to accept his fate. He had to
Hmm.
make the Hulk a part of him. That's how he was able to control it, turn into the Hulk when given, and everything like that. So, and I say that in reference to Mercedes Monet. Take what success you had as Sasha Banks. Do not put it in the back burner. Make it like inherit it. Make it for what it is. Utilize it and intertwine that with Mercedes Monet. You're gonna have a bomb ass female wrestler. Simple as that.
Hmm.
Simple as that. You can't stray away
And
from the success that it gave you.
and I still think that she needs to just go ahead and join the elite.
Yeah, it's gonna make her so much better.
I know that they do this in wrestling a lot because people love relationship type of stuff. But if they end up doing some kind of romance angle with her and Okada, I think that's just gonna be hilarious.
Hmm.
And you could definitely see it because he be going crazy every
All
time
he's
she
gonna be
around.
doing is going
Oh, so hot,
CEO,
so hot, so hot.
CEO, CEO.
uh, then we had all right. We got Brian Danielson defeating the scapegoat Jack Perry uh, for the singles. I said singles match for the AEW World Championship. This match went 27 minutes and 35 seconds.
Hey man, good match. Jack Perry. You've seen the evolution of his character.
Yeah,
That's enough said.
you want to talk about leaning into narratives and propaganda? He's leaned into it.
Yeah. I like the whole fact when Christian Cage came out.
Hmm.
We thought we was gonna get in a Jurassic Express reunion and all of that. But
It was a lot of
it
stuff
was
that happened at the end.
yeah, it was so much, man. And Moxley came out, like
The whole BCC
boom,
came out,
the
but
whole
it threw a,
BCC
it
came.
threw it threw me off because
It
we
threw
can
you
go ahead
off
and talk
because of the
about it.
statement that he made last week, the week
Well,
prior.
that and just the fact that when he just popped up, when he came back after being on hiatus, he popped
Hmm.
up, got a new look, got the fresh bald head now.
Hmm.
He's rolling around with Marina Shafir. Not didn't even know if he was still Blackpool or not.
Right.
We had that question with Danielson because I remember at one point when they were still clearly heels and he was kind of on a face turn. It was when I
Hmm.
brought up earlier with him with Daniel Garcia.
Hmm.
He was kind of face. He was kind of like a face then, but
Yeah.
Blackpool Combat Club was still heels,
Hmm.
and they really. I think they turned when William Regal sided with MJF.
Yeah.
That pretty much made Blackpool Combat Club faces again, but
Yeah.
or turned them face fully. But we had said Danielson's not coming out wearing the
BCC
leathers. He's not
gear.
coming out.
Yeah.
He's not wearing it, and it took him
Nah.
a while before he started doing it again. Then he started
And
rocking the
the
bomber
only time he
jackets.
wore it was on his like knee pads.
Yeah, he was wearing on his knee pads. Then he started wearing the bomber jackets
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So, and they would always big him up because when he would have his matches against Okada and things like that, they would always big him up. But Moxley popped up. He made the statement, "This isn't your company anymore." Nobody knew what that meant. Still, kind of don't know what that means.
Hmm.
Um, So when he popped out, it was like, okay, so they back together. I liked the way that Christian did it. He didn't try to sneak attack anything. He just calmly walked down
Mm-hmm.
with his contract. They all came out. He said, "All right, y'all got it." Went on his merry way. Did you see uh did you see a turn coming?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
So even with everything I just said about Mox, you didn't think that there was a turn coming?
Not towards Danielson, but when someone is a champion, I know it's kind of Seth Rollin ish, but when somebody is a champion that's a part of your group and you're not the main guy, that kind of sets it up for a turn.
We seeing it with the Judgment Day right now.
Yeah.
Uh Low key saw it with the bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, whenever you do have a world champion, especially when you have an all-star team like the Blackpool
So it
Combat
made
Club,
sense. I didn't see Claudio doing that,
I
but
think
then
that's what made it so good.
and just the fact how when Pac had hugged
Yuta.
Yuta to pull him away and
Mhm.
to keep him there, like to pretty much restrain him,
They
and then you
they
see
they didn't
Moxley get
attack him.
they and you see Moxley get a head nod to Claudio and boom, hit him with the Swiss uppercut. And it was just like the look on Danielson's face, like, what the hell? Like, what did
Nah,
I do?
yo, him putting the bag over his head and suffocating him,
Bro,
yeah, it would have been a little more
that was a
obvious
little
when Mox did
extreme.
it. So, Truth, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
So I posted something on our IG story, and somebody said this. They said that whether he's Dean Ambrose or he's John Moxley, whenever he hugs you and does that little kiss up here on the forehead, that's like
Yeah,
his
it's a wrap.
telltale sign that
Yeah.
he's about to turn on you. It's like the kiss of death.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Because he did it to Seth
and yep.
after they won the tag team championship.
And then because he returned the favor to Seth and turned on him. So I think, and now he
And it was the
has
same night
officially,
that Roman had announced he had leukemia.
yep.
As you
And then
notice,
this,
Moxley does it on real important times.
so he's a wrestling historian. He likes to throw little Easter eggs out there and see if you'll catch them.
Hmm.
Um, so he is officially, I assume that he's assumed full leadership of Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah, I assume.
Um, so going into Wednesday night, we're gonna talk about the last match, but staying with the Blackpool stuff. So Moxley had been looking for Darby Allin for the couple of weeks, and everybody was wondering why is he looking for him. So it's because, and I don't know how this works because they were trying to explain it. So Christian has pretty much their money in the bank to have to cash in whenever he wants, but Darby had a already signed up championship match against whoever the champion is. I forgot what he won to get that.
Mm.
Um,
Was it the
but go ahead.
casino battle royal?
Nah, I don't think so.
Maybe it was
It
just
had to
like
be
number
something
one's
like that.
contender match or something.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, so Moxley pretty much is like, I don't need you to come up off that title shot. uh, Danielson is out. I put him out. Like, I need you to come up off of that. And
Hmm.
Darby said, you got to take it from me. So they're going to fight at Grand Slam, and I guess the winner gets the title shot.
Mm.
And then speaking of Danielson, Nigel McGuinness later came out and said he signed a contract to face Danielson if he's medically cleared to face him at Grand Slam. So I'm like, what the hell is happening here? This is three dudes that got title shots,
Hey.
but and then I feel like they kind of rushing this, like because everybody knows Nigel McGuinness has been shitting on Danielson ever since AEW started, which is
Hmm.
hilarious.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for that. But all right, so you got anything else you want to say on the Blackpool before we get to the main event?
Nah.
All right, so I put the question in the title and the description of this video. Now, this match was Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve in a lights out steel cage match. Lights out, for those of y'all that don't know, means that it's unchanged sanctioned, and this will not go towards a win loss record. This is literally just a match to because they're both too unhinged to where they can't have an official. Well, they can't regulate this match.
Hmm.
The question I posed was, did this match go too far? Because that's what people are saying in these internet comments. Do you think that this match went too far
I
as far
mean,
as the violence?
bro, this was definite between that and the street fight. It was on some GCW type ish.
Hmm.
Um, and for those of you who don't know or have not watched GCW, YouTube it. Right, GCW is some of the most violent, unhinged wrestling ever. Right, it puts ECW in the casket and buries it 12 feet under.
Mm.
Um, this that match was borderline cancellation.
Bro, when he stuck him with the needle,
Yeah, that's the main part. That was borderline cancellation. You you I, that's that's something that only can happen on pay-per-view. You
yeah,
have to buy to watch that because any kind of which way you put it, when you think of a needle, you think of vaccinations, you think of the main thing that you think of is drugs, right? Drugs are
yeah,
STDs or
heroin,
viruses. Yeah,
some
yeah.
heroin.
So, bro, so you see him injecting it. First of all, and it's not even Hangman. How deranged does Swerve have to be to come up with that and agree with that?
Well,
Nah, bro. Okay,
if you notice,
you said we've seen more violent fights. I don't
hmm
know if we seen. I haven't seen a more violent fight since probably the 1990s ECW type, or maybe I. Okay, put in more recent hindsight, I probably haven't seen a violent match like this since Lucha Underground, because Lucha Underground was in which Swerve was in it too.
hmm
Swerve was in Lucha, so just looking at that, man, it
talk to me about the chair shot that ended the match.
man, it's been about 15 years since we've seen a chair shot like that.
Hmm. Like a
Like
clear flush,
Attitude Era, yeah.
like
Like hand,
Swerve on his knees, and he just gets blasted with the chair, damn near breaks the chair,
yeah,
and
head goes through it.
that's how the match ended.
Yeah, head goes through it. Arms to the side, no way to
Mr. Kennedy.
no way to really brace for that. Like that's one of those
Cody took some mean chair shots in the early days of AEW.
he
He took
did,
some mean ones.
but
Yeah.
that one, I don't know. That
This one was
that's
more vicious. This is probably the
that's
most vicious chair shot I've ever seen.
I haven't seen a chair shot like that since Mankind.
Have you seen the videos circulating on Twitter where you have the audience angles of it?
Yeah,
It's even
yeah,
worse.
yeah. The people are
And
like, oh,
then
grabbing their head and
how'd you feel about the way that after he did it and he got out of the ring and was walking away, he turned around to look like someone had some kind of remorse because it was like, okay, nigga, we really did go too far.
he felt
And then
yeah, it
he
was
just screamed.
yeah, it was kind of like he knew he went too far, but he felt like that it
He tried to murder him.
yeah. Um yeah, and I think that scream was his relief, like, damn, Swerve did it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
he literally brought me to the brink. So it was kind of like a relief, and also some could say it was a sign of respect
Hmm.
because no one has
Well,
taken Hangman to that level before.
I would say so. A logical person would think that this would be the final time they ever fight. A
You would
logical
think
person
so.
would think that.
You would think so.
But I saw something online that was interesting to me, and they said that what they should do is they should not fight for a really long time, but eventually have Hangman win the title, and then have Swerve take it off of him.
Well, yeah, and it came out after that match that Swerve is taking some time off.
Hmm.
So that was one of the reasons for this match was to
Hmm.
write him off for a little while. I think he was taking like maybe 3 months off.
So my question is, because I made a statement on the last show, and I think y'all agree with me. I think y'all might have had some hesitancy, but when I said that this is the best feud in wrestling currently, did this match make you agree with my statement, or do you still think that it was a great feud for AEW, or what? Like, how did you feel about this overall feud, the twists and the turns and everything? Literally saw them flip uh spots.
Hmm.
Started off heel face, and then they flipped during the feud.
Um, yeah, man, this was on some Roman Brock Lesnar type feud. So I will say this would be the best feud. Like this is one of them long term storytelling type feuds. Like Hangman goes away and they bring back like it is definitely one of the best that's going on right now. And if this was the end of the feud, that was the way to end it.
Hmm. And uh, I want to say, and because we're gonna get to them next, but I did want to say, damn, what was I? What did I want to say? It was the Drew and Punk feud has a chance to get to this level, but Adam Pierce already came out and said that this Hell in a Cell is the last match, no matter what that they're having, because it has a chance to get violent like this.
Yeah. But
But I
of
don't.
course
But
they
it's not
wouldn't
enough history.
it would
It's
have
not
to
enough history built up. It's not enough history built up
well,
between
not
them
even that.
for
They would
this
have to
for this
they
type
would have
of
to be
feud.
on they would have to be on Netflix already to get to
Well,
that
the
point.
match. Well, I don't say that because Peacock. I mean, you do a lot of stuff on there. And then as far as USA, I mean, they were still on network TV, and they never did anything. They never went over the line as far as the promos leading up to the matches
No, they
for
didn't, but I'm saying
Hangman and what's his name.
to get a match like that, WWE can't touch that.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
what what I feel is though it was always something new with their feud, with Hangman and Swerve's feud, right?
hmm.
Um, we got a little reminiscent of the Wyatt family burning down the house and stuff like that. When Bray Wyatt was feuding with Randy Orton. Um, see with CM Punk and Drew, it's annoying because and I'm gonna take the words from Jay. It's predictable. It's almost the same type of thing, right? The only person
Well,
that really gives
yeah.
it a little bit of edge right now is Adam Pierce.
Hmm.
Like,
I'm not gonna give my predictions just yet because I'm waiting for the Bad Blood preview show to do that. But
yeah,
um, yeah. But this is Drew and Punk is the best feud currently in WWE right now.
yeah.
I would say,
Hmm.
and this is and but even what you like you said, that's not even touching this Hangman Swerve feud.
Nah.
All right, so let's move on. Last thing about AEW, and this will bleed into our next subject with WWE. So AEW is currently in talks for apparently a new show on Fox. apparently gotten the trademark for Shockwave is the name, and it's possible that that could be the new name for a AEW show on Fox. How do you feel about them going to Fox if this is true?
Um, I got pros and cons. Love the name, by the way. AEW Shockwave. I feel like that's definitely a dope name. Um,
Hmm.
now, okay, Fox wants a wrestling production on their brand, so I understand that. WWE was trying. WWE had a better deal with USA. That's why they moved. And believe it or
Hmm.
not, CW USA are intertwined, same network owners.
Yeah. Hmm.
It used to be CW and Fox were under the same, but Fox is now a part of Disney.
Hmm. Is it Disney?
Yes, it's Disney, and I know that because they cancel shit. ESPN, uh, Fox, and Fox FX and ABC, all of them are like a part of the Disney thing. Um, so if it's a Fox thing, big come up. A lot of it can give the appearance that AEW once again is getting WWE's leftovers and hand me downs.
I don't necessarily believe that.
I said, not you, but to certain people, with them just ending their tenure with Fox as of last Friday, only to hear AEW is now in talks with Fox. It can appear that way.
No, I feel you. So, um, but damn, so okay, that would give AEW four shows because you have Dynamite, you have Rampage, you have Collision, and if Shockwave is a thing, then you would have Shockwave. Um, you already have, and then I don't know what day they would do it. I guess you could do it on a
Okay,
Thursday,
so
because they literally have shows Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday already.
okay, so me personally, and this is just me personally. Collision is on Saturdays, right, or Fridays.
Saturday, Rampage is on Friday at 10 p.m.
Collision isn't really Collision really isn't doing numbers.
So would you move it to Friday?
Is
It's
Shockwave
doing
taking
more
over?
numbers than I'm about to say. It's doing more numbers than Rampage. If they're gonna get rid of something, it needs to be Rampage because it's only an hour. It's only from 10 to 11.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what it is. So Rampage, it will, and it comes on right after SmackDown. So
SmackDown, yeah.
yeah, Rampage will have to be the one that gets tossed.
Mhm. And I understand because I like WCW used to have WCW Saturday night, and it was cool getting wrestling back on Saturday. But it's just
Yeah.
so much stuff going on nowadays than more than it was back then, to where a Saturday night wrestling program isn't really going to do crazy numbers unless you have something that it just can't miss. So
Yeah, like a PLE that's
yeah,
starting early as hell.
but so since we're on Fox, what are your feelings on the Fox era of SmackDown?
Oh man.
It's been like what, 5 years? Has it been 5 years or six? Because Roman was Chevy for three of them. So I don't even know.
It's something like that.
Well, it would be whatever year Kofi won the championship because he lost it. So
Man, come on. So Kofi won. Cause we went to the we went
2008, 2019.
yeah,
So it's been 5 years then.
6,
Six.
right?
What's nine plus five?
9 plus 5, 14. Yeah, 4. 14. 9 plus 5 is
Yeah.
14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how is this? How have you felt about this era of SmackDown on Fox?
It wouldn't have been what it is without Roman as champion.
hmm And because you got to remember, you got to factor in the Thunderdome
Yeah.
pandemic happened during the Fox era, so
Yeah.
that changed a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see you, Truth. He said, still hate what happened to Kofi. That was the opening night.
Yep.
Remember they had the blue carpet. They had everybody showing up. Um, remember we got Cain Velasquez that night teaming
So
with
that was
Rey Mysterio.
that Thunderdome that Brock took it off Kofi, or that was live? That was in live
That was
audience.
that was that was before the pandemic.
Yeah, that is right because which call it won um right when the pandemic started. Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, 5 long years. That's what it says
Yeah.
here.
Mhm.
Yeah, because but then like I was saying, remember that's when Cain Velasquez showed up with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Honestly, the Fox era, it's been cool. I know that they had to, because of the contract they had with Fox, because they had to get because of the local news that came on at 10 o'clock. SmackDown had to end at like 9:58, 9:59. You
Mhm.
notice it never ran over
Mhm. They will
because
cut
I think
even if they had
that
an extended
yeah.
segment, they will cut it.
hmm Just
Yeah.
like because Dynamite ran over like 10 minutes on TBS yesterday,
The only time it ran
and
over
then
is when it
USA
was on
runs over.
the only time it ran
hmm
over is when it was on FS Sports.
Oh, FS1.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't have to do it like that. But I don't know. It was cool because I remember when they were on USA and they were calling it SmackDown Live.
Mhm.
Um, and then they went to Fox. Then they had the show backstage. Remember that
Yeah.
when CM Punk first came back and he was like,
Mhm.
"I'm signed with Fox. I'm not signed with WWE."
Yep.
That low key helped. That planted some early seeds of him and Seth because he was shit talking about Seth during Seth's title reign back
Yep.
then. Um, they had Booker T up there. Renee was hosting. So
Good
the Fox
times.
era gave us a lot of different. It gave us a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Um,
It what the Fox did is it gave us the sports uh
aspect.
aspect of wrestling.
Mhm.
Yep.
Like seeing promos for WWE during college football or baseball.
Yeah.
That was always dope.
Mhm.
But I'm happy about the move to USA.
Yeah.
And I've heard rumors, sticking with this, I've heard rumors that SmackDown could be going 3 hours on USA.
With Raw going 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Because Raw will be going 2 hours for the remainder of the year.
Starting
I guess they're
August
starting this.
October 7th.
October 7th. Okay, I'm about to say they're
Yep.
starting this month, but and then rumors are, because I don't know if this is confirmed, that they will be going 2 hours commercial free on Netflix.
Yep.
So you'll have a full 2 hours
All right,
instead
all right,
of
all right, all right, all right, all
however
right,
it
all right.
is.
This is where I gotta correct this joint. All right. Um, um, um. This is where I gotta correct them. All right. So you can still hear me clear, right?
hmm Let me go ahead and get it ready. Hold up.
All right. I'm collecting my thoughts, y'all. I'm collecting my thoughts. So when AEW does commercial free,
hmm
first commercial free, it's
hmm
literally commercial free. If you put a WWE advertisement during the freaking show that is considered a commercial, That is considered a commercial. I don't care how you try to put it. That is considered a commercial. If you're trademarking your brands, your t-shirts, the sales, and all of that, and you literally took live action off the screen for us to view as an audience who are not at the show, that is a fucking commercial. That is a commercial. I don't care. So there technically it's not an hour commercial free. Technically, you're getting maybe 35 to 45 minutes commercial free because they
And the
still
crazy
add
thing is,
in.
they actually have done like actual commercial free. I think the last time
Yeah,
they did it, it was actually commercial free, like no WWE commercials, no nothing.
yeah, it
But
was
I
straight across
guess
the board.
a
It
part of me,
ran
a
into a
part of me feels
backstage
like
segment.
a part of me feels like they did that because the first match they started with was the damn 8-man street fight,
Yeah,
and everything got destroyed. So
yeah,
instead of having them do everything together, they just decided to go to some WWE commercials. They could have done a backstage segment, like you said. They
yeah.
could have just grabbed somebody and just done like a backstage segment.
Facts.
But um, but let's say that this is true about SmackDown and being 3 hours. Would you like that?
No, just keep it 2 hours
They don't
straight across the board. Why would?
they don't have enough. For one, Raw's roster is bigger, and
Yes.
SmackDown doesn't have enough to entertain you for 3 hours.
No, we
Not
would
right
get
now.
that. We would get that segment where it's eight freaking Bloodline promos, or split it in half: four Cody, four Bloodline, and that's too much Cody for me.
That's
Unless
too much, Cody.
unless we're getting Cody Raheem Rhodes.
Man, I don't. Hey, Cody can have as many segments as he wants if he goes back to Bullet Club, Cody.
Hey, it got to be something, something, because that's just too much smiles and and so what do you want to talk about?
Okay, so um sticking with Cody and SmackDown on USA. First match is going to be Cody versus Solo in a steel cage match for the title. That's gonna. Oh, you said that it's gonna open the SmackDown. So how you think how do we think this is gonna go?
WWE, you slipping a little bit. You should have never leaked that Roman Reigns is supposed to be at the world premiere of SmackDown on the USA, because you pretty much just gave us what is going to happen. Not saying that he can't lose, but I mean, it could go any which way. Roman could somehow help, not initially, not on purpose, but he could somehow help Solo retain so he could take the championship off of Solo. But
Uh,
if I'm following the story right, there should be some way. I feel like we get Jimmy too. I don't think Roman comes along. And the only
okay.
reason why I said that is because the last time Roman was there, he was jumped.
So I brought this up. I sent this to y'all in a group text. Um, it was because we all saw that Solo got called out by Cody.
Hmm. No, Jacob.
Um,
Well, yeah,
Jacob, I'm sorry. Yeah.
yeah.
And then I asked the question, do we think that it's possible that the entire new bloodline turns on Solo? Oh, Xander in the building.
What up, Bo? Um, not yet. Not after what happened
Yeah.
Tuesday. Not
I'm
yet.
about to say yeah, because they definitely went ran roughshod over the Prophets and Axiom and Frazier,
Yeah,
and they definitely was bigging up Solo on the way
yeah.
out.
So not
Tonga Loa
yet.
actually cut a decent promo. He could cut
He
those
cut a
in the
promo.
backstage
He
segments.
actually hit a good move. Like at first, I was like, "Yo, is that Tamatonga or is that Tonga Loa that's actually in the
I
ring?" And
told
it
you,
was
bruh. I told you he's trolling us. He's
has
trolling
to,
us.
because I know, man. Like he can wrestle, but come on, man. Like,
He's like Thanasis.
yeah.
All right.
No,
So
not Thanasis.
it's the Nasses, bro. um,
Oh.
so moving on. All right, let's go back. Let's go to Raw. So Jay Uso has won the Intercontinental number one contender spot after uh, Bronson Reed came back and hit a tsunami on Braun Strowman through the table. Um, and then I think it was Ilya that he ended up beating
Yes.
because Pete Dunne got taken out by Sheamus. Was it? No,
Hmm. No.
or was that during backstage? That was backstage segment. He got taken
Yeah.
out,
Hmm.
but he still fought in the match. And Jay got thrown out, and then Ilya came with I forgot what his move is called, where he drops the elbow on you.
Yeah.
Um, uh, but then Jay came in and won the match.
Hmm.
So is his title match? Is it going to be at Bad Blood?
They have not yet confirmed it, and I think they have. I mean, 2 weeks. I would. I
Because
would think. I would think it would be at Bad Blood.
I'm starting to look at all of the matches, and all of the matches so far, you have Drew and Punk, which is a Hell in a Cell, which I've read is going to main event the event.
Hmm.
Um,
You
you
got Finn
have
and
Rhea
Priest.
and Finn and Priest live in Rhea, and you have Cody and well, actually, you don't have Cody and Solo because they're fighting now.
Yeah.
Cody's probably going to be involved though, so all of these matches have quote unquote bad blood in them in the feud, and Breaker and Jay they've been talking shit to each other, but they don't have bad blood yet.
So this
So
is this
I
is
don't
what
know
I
if this
get.
will be. I don't know if it'll be on there. And he only does 5 matches.
So this is what I get at Bad Blood. Something is gonna happen on SmackDown, which creates Solo and Jacob Fatu versus Cody and Roman.
That'd be interesting.
Zando, yeah, you did call that match Hell in a Cell. Yes, you did call that 2 weeks ago
That'd
to
be
be
interesting.
precise. But now I got a feeling I'm putting my Oracle lenses on. I don't got my shades right now; they in the car, but I kind of feel it in the depths of my soul right now that something's gonna happen tomorrow that will set up Bad Blood because Cody is on the promo, and it's in Atlanta, so you know he has to be there. I'm feeling Jacob Fatu does not have a title on him. I don't think Solo's gonna have a title, but if Solo and Jacob win, they will get then Solo gets one more title shot. But I feel like it's gonna be Cody and Roman versus and um Solo and Jacob. I
That's an
don't think
interesting
it's gonna
take.
be Jimmy and Roman.
Okay.
Now WWE, if y'all do this, I'm writing.
Because yeah, because they're not going. But do you want to have if you're
It, it
WWE? Do you want
it
to
has to
have? Well,
because
you already had them interact. It just hasn't been in an actual match.
who?
So they've already jumped Roman.
Yeah,
I was saying, did you want to have Roman and Solo engage in an actual match before they have their one on one? But
absolutely. Because
they've already put hands on each other.
the dynamic, right? At this point, yes, Roman has tried. He's taken out Solo, but Jacob Fatu kind of came in the midst of that, right? So when you're
Hmm.
looking at the dynamic of this rivalry now, Roman now knows that he has to take out Jacob. So you put them in the tag team match, Solo's gonna avoid Roman at first, puts Jacob in there. So now Roman has to go against Jacob,
Hmm.
right? And then sets up
Yeah.
Cody and Solo. They've already had one on one, so now boom, 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 they're gonna get in the midst of it. Then Roman finally gets his hand on it. Where I think the controversy gets it is where Cody's getting ready to beat Solo, but Roman takes Cody off that pin, which
Hmm.
still intertwines some of their rivalry. Like, no, you're not taking this win from me. So who has the upper hand? You get what I'm saying?
But yeah, but don't you kind of feel like Cody and Roman's story is over though?
bro. No, not after when he returned. The look that he gave Cody is like, I'm not helping you because I'm done with you. I have unfinished business. I have now business with him, but me and you, we still have unfinished business because truth be
Mhm.
told, we're 1-1.
True.
We're 1-1.
And and then I would assume that they don't want to give us uh Roman and Jimmy versus Solo and Jacob because they're saving that for War Games, the
Yeah,
Bloodline versus Bloodline. So you don't
yeah.
want to give it. You don't want to give it away in a regular tag match.
And Jimmy has to go into his controversy with um Tongaloa and Tamatonga in order to try to get Jay back to help him. So where it's brother versus
Okay.
brother. You get what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
they
Hmm.
it's still a lot of stories that they can do with this.
So speaking of, so back to Jay Uso. Do we think that when he does get this title match, do you think they're actually going to take the title off of Braun Breaker after just putting it on him, or is what's the name going to get screwed again out of a title they should have won?
Bro,
The matchmaking Messiah.
we'll see. I'm gonna just say we'll see. I don't doubt you at all, Zando. Like this is just my philosophy. You could very well be right. But to what you said, Trey, I'm 50-50. I'm 50-50 honestly, bro. Like
A part of
what?
me feels like, oh, go ahead.
So this is my thing. Even he does not have to not have a championship to be a part of War Games. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
He doesn't have to be because even when the Bloodline did their War Games, they went against different people. You get what I'm saying? Like, of course, they all had the gold, but they went against just people that they had beef with. Then you look at even with the Judgment Day, it was Judgment Day versus a makeshift team. All right. Um, I don't feel like Jay has to be titleless to be involved in that War Games thing. It could just be a family dynamic. This is the one and done, and he's back on Raw.
Mm, okay, I can see that. But this is my thing. I brought up last episode how I don't like how he's dividing his time between helping Priest and Rhea and then trying to go for the IC title. A part of me feels like that is going to come back to haunt him to where he could get screwed out of this title shot. Um, I don't know if maybe Braun Breaker strikes a deal with the Judgment Day. I don't know. It's a lot of things that can happen. Um,
Well, as you see,
I think
we didn't get the Judgment Day attacking Jay. Even when they cut their promo, did they mention Jay Uso?
they mentioned Rhea, Damien, and the New Day.
Yeah, so they didn't even mention Jay, right?
They didn't mention him yet, but I think
Yeah.
that if he keeps getting in quote unquote Judgment Day business because it's between them and Rhea and Priest, then they will eventually set their sights on him. Um,
Um.
I think it's possible that it could
It
happen during his
and
title
this
match.
is and
If they
this
don't
is
get involved, if there's no interference, I think Jay wins.
but this is the crazy part. Like, isn't this Braun Breaker's first defense?
Second,
Second?
is it a second?
Nah, bro. Who did he fight after he won
So
it?
he beat Sammy for it,
Hmm. And
and
then
that
they
was at
went
SummerSlam.
straight
You
in,
trying to tell me he hasn't had a feud since SummerSlam?
bro. He's went straight into. They went straight into the tournament.
Hmm. Okay, well, yeah, this is his first defense. He's not going to lose it. Now, it is a lot of foreshadowing with the whole nobody in your family's ever beat anybody in my family. Whenever somebody starts talking like that, the person
Yeah.
they're talking to normally comes out on top.
Now, this is one thing I could say about Braun Breaker. And I've always stood by this, and I'm gonna keep standing by this. And it's not just him. He was so dominant as being the chaser,
Hmm.
but I feel like he's one of those ones that can drop it, win it, drop it, win it, drop it, win it.
Hmm.
He doesn't have to be the modern day Goldberg where he holds it for 300 and something days and goes on. He's already been defeated, right? So if they were going to do something, like they would have kept him undefeated. I feel like that Jake could win it. Jake could feud with Dom. Braun goes on his warpath of destruction. You still got a lot of people that's competing for the Intercontinental title, so it's not like Jay isn't gonna have anybody to fight. You got Braun Strowman, you got Bronson Reed, you got Braun Breaker, you got Sammy's occupied with the World Championship. You got Pete Dunne, you got Ilya Dragunov, you have old boy
Dragon
with
Lee.
Dragon Lee, old boy with Gunther. You got Dominic Mysterio, and I feel like that's who would be the next challenger for the IC title against Jay would be Dominic Mysterio.
See, nah, all right, now they do that shit. I'm trying to tell you, they gonna try
Dom
to. They gonna.
Dom's not winning. Dom's not winning
They
the
gonna.
first.
They gonna. He's not gonna win the first match, but they eventually gonna have it to where everybody in Judgment Day has gold, except for
Again.
Carlito. Except
Yep.
for Carlito.
Except for Carlito. Yep.
What they should do is, they should Finn should just pass it on to Carlito the tag titles, and then he go after the
World.
world.
Yep.
That's what they should do.
Facts.
Because right now, looks seems like all is well with the New Day.
Yeah.
They going after the tag titles now.
Yeah, because you saw him mention, you saw Xavier Woods mention, he was like, "Oh, I thought we were going after singles gold, but you know,
He
I
like it's more money. It's more money doing this. Whatever.
hey, that shit with Odyssey switched the dynamic."
Well, yeah, because you don't have another. He don't have a replacement in there no more, unless he's gonna
Fact.
replace him with Oba
Nah,
Femi.
well, you see Obafemi about to fight Omos.
No, he's what's the name? Tony D paid somebody else.
That was Omos.
No, it was the white dude that came out there,
Who
Hammerstein
he was wearing a hood?
from TNA.
Oh, that was the dude that was wearing a hood?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I
yeah.
thought that was Omos.
Everybody did. All right, let's. I was going to cut this topic because we had a legendary rant that Mr. Mike Jaw went on regarding this particular wrestler, but there's been some stuff. I don't know if it was MVP that said it, but WWE has been criticized for not positioning Bobby Lashley as the quote unquote black Brock Lesnar. And I hate saying that because I don't know. I just don't like saying that. It was like, what is Brock Lesnar the white Bobby Lashley? Like that's
So,
But what are your thoughts
so
on this report?
the only time that I saw them being somewhat comparable was when Bobby Lashley held the ECW championship. When he was big no neck Lashley, right? That's when he was like power slamming the Big Show and Vincera. Like that was back in the day when he was like just real bulky. He wasn't as lean as he was. Um, man, come on now. Like Bobby Lashley was Bobby Lashley. Brock Lesnar was Brock Lesnar. Uh,
I feel like
Blesnar.
they tried to. I feel like they tried to when he first got with Leo Rush. I feel like
Yes.
they were trying to position him like as that dominant factor like Brock was. And
Hmm.
then it went to another level when he got with MVP and got a faction.
Yeah.
Now, and then their feud was lackluster. It annoyed me how lackluster it was. Um,
Well,
I really, I really wish that we could have gotten Heyman versus MVP in the promo battle, and then Brock and Lashley just fight.
I was just about to say that. Like it literally should have been more verbal dynamic between MVP and Paul Heyman. Um, and it started that, but it was like so much respect was given, and it wasn't like shots taken.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I mean, I fault creative for not making that more worthy than what it was. And once again, we got Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar out of Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. We got pretty much the same match.
Yeah,
Spear, suplex, spear,
theirs
suplex,
was a little bit
F5.
better, but
Yeah, it was a little bit better. I mean, it was the only thing is that with Brock Lesnar and Goldberg, we got the surprise thing when Goldberg beat him in seconds.
mm-hmm.
We got that shocked the world for that moment. But um it kind of sucks for certain people that have similar bills to be referenced as each other. And
Mm-hmm.
you know of course, when you look at that and you talk about those two, you can't help but indicate the race card into it. Like, if
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Lashley was white, would he have gotten a bigger push? If Brock Lesnar was black, would he have gotten a lower push than Bobby Lashley was given? I still feel like Bobby Lashley is a multi-time champion. Even like he did great with the US championship as far as mid card. When he won the world championship, he had a pretty decent title reign. Um, one thing that he could not touch was the fact what separated Brock Lesnar really from Bobby Lashley, especially in this current time, is when Brock Lesnar was able to sh- be successful without Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
That's what separated. For us to get Brock Lesnar on the mic with no advocate, he surpassed Bobby Lashley on the mic. Period. I don't
Yeah.
think nobody expected that. Nobody expected Brock to be so over. He was already over, but to be so over by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nobody
I agree.
expected that. And that's what separated it.
All right. All right. Let's go ahead and finish up here. Uh, so I sent you a text that the PWI top 10 wrestlers of 2024,
All
and
right.
we could
So
read off the list.
but for y'all to know, this list is the evaluation period from August 1st of 2023 to July 31st of 2024.
Hmm.
The undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes has topped the list. Babyface of the world. Okay. Cool. That's almost a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's 500, but we're only doing the top 10.
Yeah. Yeah, we ain't going through 500. But just to give you this insight of who's 1 through 10. You got Cody Rhodes, Swerve Strickland, Will
This is in order.
Ospreay, Seth Rollins at number 4, uh Tetsuya Naito. I might have butchered that name, but
Naito.
Damian Priest, MJF, John Moxley, Gunther, and what rounds it out at number 10, Mystico.
He's from CMLL.
Cody Rhodes had the following to say about topping the list. I'm not a wrestler who pretends like the numbers doesn't matter. That's how you can spot a liar right away. If they ever tweet, nobody cares about their number on the list. We all care. Now, I, I can't even say I'm remotely satisfied with 1 through 4.
Oh, you're not satisfied with 1 through 4?
Hell no. If your evaluation period is August 1st of 2023, almost a physical year, you are excluding the main champion for the first half of that evaluation period, from August to April of 20, from August
Oh,
1st of
because no Roman.
2023 to April of 2024. You don't have him in your top 10, let alone your top 3? Are you serious? You got the whole 50. Where does Roman cap out at?
uh, let me see. Damn, I had it. Well, I'll look for that. But give me. So we know you're mad about that. But what was the How do you feel about the rest of the list?
Bro, come on now. You had even
All
people
right.
that I
So
don't know, even with people that I don't know, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, right?
all right, hold on. I have some honorable mentions here, and all these people I'm naming before I get to Roman Reigns had Samoa Joe at 11, Sami Zayn at 12, Drew McIntyre 13, Brian Danielson at 14, my boy Moose at 15. Shout out to him. He's fighting for the TNA Championship tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Jay Uso at number 17.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, LA Knight number 27. Trick Williams number 28.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Hangman at 42. Rey Mysterio at 45. Joe Hendry at 51. Braun Breaker 52. Oba Femi 53.
Bro. If you don't get
Where is
if
Roman
you
at?
if you don't get the Roman,
The fact that they put Dominic Mysterio at number 69 is hilarious. Where the fuck is Roman? Uh, I'm almost at 200. He ain't there. Damn, Roman.
oh, you gotta be kidding me.
He might not made the list. Shout out to Jericho.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, he's not on here. He didn't make the list.
Logan Paul 37.
Oh, maybe I skipped him. Yeah, I don't see him. Roman Reigns.
All right, so maybe he asked to, like, did he decline to be on this list?
Who knows? Maybe the Miz is number 281. Uh,
All right, so yeah, we gonna toss this up as he rejected to be on this list because Jacob
say too
Fatu
good for
is
the list.
94.
Pack is 112. Nakamura is number 109. I don't know how he's over Pack. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo,
this is
they got Mr. I'm Bouncy Javon Evans at 95.
yeah, this is blasphemy.
Matt Cardona
Hold on, I'm about to
77.
look it up.
Ricochet 63. Solo 66. Yeah, Xander is saying he didn't wrestle enough during the evaluation period. That would be the only thing that made sense. He probably wasn't eligible.
Yeah, it said the fans are going crazy why he did not make the list.
Xander said the same thing happened with Brock a couple of years ago.
They said, yeah. All right. So they said he put us in an awkward spot as he only had 5 singles matches during the evaluation period. The minimum is 10. There we go.
Okay, yeah. So he ain't
Our
wrestling
six,
enough.
our six during 6 separate months. Brock Lesnar had a similar deal years ago and didn't make the list. I'm sure people will be normal about this. At the end of the day, our list is for active wrestlers and based on what is accomplished in the ring. We could do a list that's just biggest stars, and Roman would likely have topped it the last 4 years, but it just wouldn't be the 500 and the 500 if it was only that. So that's why he wasn't on the list. So I don't retract how I feel, but I I totally
Well, your
understand.
your feelings aren't valid though. He didn't qualify.
I mean, yeah, because he only wrestled in PLEs within that evaluation period.
But
So it's
when you
understandable.
see when you see lists like this, how much do you put into it? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, this is what they have as criteria. Um, hold on, damn it. All right, this is what they have as criteria. Uh, this list is evaluated solely on kayfabe and weighs the following criteria: win loss record, championships won, quality of competition, major feuds, prominence within a wrestler's promotion or promotions, and overall wrestling ability. What's your answer?
I mean, I guess that's pretty legit. Um, I counted. You named like five.
Yeah, one, two, three, four, five, six,
Yeah,
six things.
6.
Yeah,
And Roman did. He completed 4 of those.
win loss record. Well, he
He
didn't win
never
the championship
lost.
because he had it the whole time.
Yeah.
Major, he did have a major feud. He did have
Mm-hmm.
prominence,
Mm-hmm.
and he had overall wrestling ability. So his win loss record and championships won, I guess, is the two things that he didn't have.
All right. Per se, and he didn't. Yeah. Okay.
But other than that, I like the beginning of it. He'll be on next year's list, maybe. He might not be on next year's list,
Shit, John Cena
but
might be on that list.
he might be for the last time.
Yeah,
How'd you feel about Priest being number 6 and
bro.
Moxley being number 8?
Mm, I mean, Moxley was in more than 10 matches, so that's what I give
Yeah,
him. But I feel like he was in the same kind of
and he was
repertoire as
only gone for
Roman.
he was gone, and he's been gone for a couple months, but he
Yeah.
did enough prior.
See, Priest, man, Priest just wrestled a lot, bro. And I guess him winning the
Yeah,
championship kind of solidified him on that because even when he
and
held Money in the Bank, it was like with him being in the group, it showed dominance, right? So
yeah,
that's the part why I say like he's kind of high on that chart, and we already know why Seth Rollins is number 4. That man
yeah. And
freaking wrestled
then
almost every night.
speaking about Priest, uh, feuded with Seth, feuded with Jay Uso, feuded with um. Well, did he feud? Well, I guess he's low key feuded with McIntyre.
Hmm.
So he had quality competition. He was Money in the Bank, so he had prestige in the company. Then he won the title, had prestige because of that. All right.
Yeah.
And then before we get to our subscriber question, how do you feel about the TKO president coming out saying that instead of doing 300 live events per year, they're going to cut for the rest of this year, they're going to cut down to 250, and then by next year, they're trying to have only 200 live events for the year
Um.
outside of TV and PLEs.
So we're seeing more PLEs, I feel like that it's an equal balance to cut down on live events to not make them as tired, to
Hmm.
stretch them out. Um, Live events are really supposed to be for you have maybe at one live event you should have because I've been to a live event before. I don't know if you have.
I
Um,
haven't. I want to go.
Man, I've been to a live event. It was a long time ago because I think my kids are like freaking 4 and 9. They were young, so they had the when they were doing the holiday tour. And
Mm,
this just shows the level because Big Show was freaking still in WWE. That's how long ago it was, and Roman was the big dog.
mm.
So um, but live events, you really have one, maybe no more than three main attracted superstars that you see on TV there. The rest is for a lot of superstars that don't get that much TV time.
Hmm.
Like so Roman and Charlotte Flair were the two main attractions. Of course Charlotte because it was in Charlotte, but Roman and Charlotte were the two main ones. Big Show was definitely a big person. Hell, Mark Henry was still wrestling back then. Goodness gracious, that was a long time ago. Um but I get it. So live events are really made for the ones who don't get too much TV time, get them to actually sell to the crowd. It's more fun play than actually like
It's not
what we
canon. It's
see
not. It's
as
not storyline based.
no, it's
Sometimes
really
it.
not.
Sometimes it bleeds into it. Um,
Yeah.
it just
As
depends
of
on the. It just
recently it
depends on the
has.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, as of recently it has, but back in the day it was just like, oh, you get to see them, they're putting on a show, they're more
Trying out different moves. Trying out new gimmicks.
yeah, and they're more engaged with the crowd.
Hmm.
That's what it's for. Engagement with the crowd. So, um, yeah, I'm not mad that they're depleting that.
All right. Uh, and it's rumors that NXT is going to start going on the road more.
That'd be good for them.
All right. So we have a subscriber question. Uh, this one comes from a subscriber by the name of Tion. He said, "Which of these wrestlers will have another title run again?" It's a two-parter. The people that he listed are Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, Bianca Belair, Asuka, Sheamus, Randy Orton, or Rhea. So, which one of these will have another title run of the ones I just named?
Rhea, Randy Orton.
What about Bianca?
I'm thinking on that because that was about to be my next one. Um, I feel like
I don't see
Oscar
Braun
might have
Strowman
one
getting
before
another.
her.
I think Braun Strowman's done winning titles for
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, bro. Like,
I don't see it. Oscar, unless they get the. I mean, I'm assuming that he means solo titles because I don't because Oscar, yeah, she can get a tag title. Maybe if they, maybe she could get one of the new women's mid cards.
well, I think Oscar's about to come in with a different demeanor.
Well, her group is face now,
Yeah.
and then
Braun
Sheamus.
Strowman.
I don't know.
Was Braun Strowman ever a U.S. champion?
No, I don't think he's. I don't think he's held a mid card.
He's held the Intercontinental title.
He did. When he hold that? Who he
Yeah.
beat for that?
Oh man, this is a while back. Hold on.
'Cause I know he was a tag champion with Seth. I can't remember if
And
he
a
was a
little
tag
kid.
title and a little kid. I can't remember if he was a tag champion with the Wyatts, and then he's been Universal
No.
champion. And then while you
Mm,
get that,
yeah, he's a
uh,
okay. So he is a one-time Universal champion, one-time Intercontinental champion, and two-time Raw Tag Team champion with Nicholas and Seth.
okay,
and he's a Money in the Bank. So he's literally,
He's won everything but the U.S., so he could win that and become Grand Slam.
yep.
All right. Second part of this question: who should be a champion by now or soon? Pete Dunne, Bo Dallas, Jade, Andrade, Mello, CM Punk, and if she comes back, Charlotte.
Charlotte come back.
So
She's number one. Um,
who should be a champion by now or soon? Well, Andrade got the Speed Championship, don't
yeah, he's already held that.
he? Yeah.
Um,
Maybe from the younger people up here, I would
Mello
probably say Mello or Pete Dunne. I don't see Jade getting a title anytime soon.
outside, like a yeah. So he's
A
definitely
solo
talking
a
about
solo
solos.
title. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she's ready to hold it down on her own yet.
The Wyatt Six aren't about titles, so I don't see Bo Dallas getting a title anytime soon.
No,
They're
because that
about
wasn't
rectifying
because that
family and
was
stuff.
yeah, that wasn't even on Bray's like what he was looking to
Hmm.
get when he came back.
They probably going to end up beefing with the Judgment Day here in a little bit.
Hmm.
And they at one of those Fanatics interviews, they question was for Liv, and they said, "Would you protect Dom if the Wyatt Six came after him?" So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But that is that's all I got.
Hey, this been one for the books.
Hmm. This has been
We about to
episode
let y'all off the hook.
118.
I hope these questions had you shook,
Okay.
but you know we ain't no rooks. Nah, but for real, hey man, we appreciate y'all always, always, always for tuning in. We, what episode is this, Trey?
118.
118, man. We climbing the charts to hit that 150, and then next thing you know, you're gonna turn around. We at 200 already, man. So, you know, hey, we hitting y'all with different time. We was on Fridays for 2 weeks. Now we back on Thursday. Hey, you might get us on Wednesday next week. You just never know. But if you if you want to know what day we're gonna be in, you gotta subscribe. Subscribe to our IG, our X, our Facebook. Subscribe all the way around. You can follow us at Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. You can follow us on Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast on all social media platforms. And also, you can follow us at our own personal IGs.
Hmm. Yes, sir. And uh, we are currently at 91 subscribers. So go ahead, as JD said, like, subscribe, comment. If you also want to know
Yes.
when we're going to be live, make sure you hit the bell under the next to the subscribe, and it'll let you know when we're getting ready to go live or when we drop a new video.
Yeah, man. Tell a friend, tell another friend, tell your grandma, tell your grandma's cousin, tell your auntie twice removed, tell your deadbeat uncle that's locked up. Not just joking, but hey, man, tell everybody. Hey, we'll check you out next week. I'm OTR Mic Drop.
Yeah, and before I sign out, if you're not a big fan of video for whatever reason, definitely listen to us on audio, Spotify or Apple iTunes, Apple Podcasts. But this is your man Trey, aka Treyway, aka OTR Trey, aka Thursday Night Trey this week. Peace.
Peace.